Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and you're still on the Nile cruise. Cairo's historic skyline is instantly recognizable, largely due to the soaring minarets and the massive domes that define its historic quarters. For international travelers, those monuments offer a masterclass in art, engineering, and the medieval history. And today we are joined by our expert tour guide, Nahla El-Qady, to explore Cairo's most famous masjids from the practical tourism perspective. Thank you so much for being on the night cruise, Nahla. Thank you so much. Can we talk mostly about the classic Cairo itineraries that start with the pyramid or the Grand Egyptian Museum, but when the traveler finally transition to the Islamic heritage, what usually surprises them to the most about the scale of these buildings?
Definitely, Cairo is so famous for the pyramids, but the Islamic architecture, making Cairo one of the richest Islamic countries with its unique Islamic architecture. The masjids of Cairo are so well known for the great, scales. For example, Muhammad Ali Mosque, the Alabaster Mosque of Muhammad Ali, with its Ottoman features, with its Ottoman style. Muhammad Ali used the same architect, Joseph Bushnap, to build the same mosque as the Blue Mosque in Istanbul, which has made his mosque definitely unique, spectacular. What makes also this mosque special, the panoramic view from the citadel over the Islamic Cairo with all the 100 minarets.
Mhm. Well, also, let's start with the citadel of Salah ad-Din, which is a staple on almost every tour or every tourist. Also, inside the sits Muhammad Ali Mosque, as you mentioned before. Why does its Turkish style dome architecture look like so traditional in its Turkish style, so radical, differently to other the traditional Egyptian masjids?
Because Muhammad Ali used the same architect, designer of the Blue Mosque. So he almost copied the Blue Mosque. So the style, the pencil, we call it the pencil shaped minarets. This is the Ottoman style of the minaret.
Yes.
Mm.
Right below the citadel, we have the mosque of the Sultan Hassan. It's often called the pyramid of the Islamic architecture. From a tourism perspective, can you tell us more what makes it sheer height and engineering so jaw-dropping for international visitors?
Of course, the giant portals of the Sultan Hassan, the huge structure of Sultan Hassan, and also the beautiful interiors. Definitely, that makes Sultan
What
Hassan.
makes it so special in your point of view? What kind of interiors inside?
Definitely, the calligraphy of the Arabic writings, the doors, the acoustic in the prayer room. That all makes the Sultan Hassan so special and so unique as a mosque.
Okay, directly facing it's Al-Rifai Mosque, creating a famous architectural contrast. Why is this a specific dual site a dream stop for the travelers who are interested to be in the global history?
Because actually, as you mentioned, the Rifai Mosque makes this contrast between medieval Mamluk mosques and the modern royal mosque. So definitely we can see the great contrast between both as an architecture, as interiors as well. Plus the Rifai Mosque, it's used as a tomb, as a burial for the royal family, including, of course, King Farouk, the Shah of Iran. So that definitely makes one of the unique. Also, I always point to my tourists when we visit the Rifai Mosque. The royal family used a Christian architect. He designed the windows like a cross. So, which is definitely it's a kind of an interesting blend of cultures.
Yes, also. Moving over Ibn Tulun Mosque, which is the oldest masjid or mosque in Cairo, surviving in its original form. What is the unique architecture feature of its spiritual minaret that makes it as a popular photo spot for the tourists?
Of course, the spiral minaret of Ibn Tulun, it is unique and it is one of kind. Definitely, it reminds the visitors with the Samarrad in Iraq, the oldest mosque. Also, the Ibn Tulun had its own spirituality atmosphere. With the open courts, it's also less crowded. It's not, not many tourists visit the Ibn Tulun, so this makes Ibn Tulun very special.
For travelers looking for striking the geometric symmetry and the great acoustic, why does the courtyard of Al-Hakim Mosque on Al-Mu'izz Street, as we know, offer such a spectacular experience for the photographers? All photographers from all around the world, even Egyptians, want to go there, or especially for this one.
Because the Fatimid architecture, it always offers this blend, art, spirituality, beauty. So when the visitor visits Al-Hakim Mosque, they definitely feel the blend between art and spirituality. That's why Al-Hakim Mosque is so popular, especially for photographers.
Yes. What are the main characteristics also for the street of Mu'izz can define this place, especially for the tourists, for the photographers, for all of us?
All the old mosques, all the old minarets of Al-Mu'izz Street, it makes a beautiful and definitely special experience, because the tourists enjoy architecture, enjoy art, and the culture, the local culture.
Moving to the most popular neighborhood here in Egypt for the Old Cairo, the Azhar or Al Hussein area is very a massive tourist hub, and it's very popular. How does the vibrant street life and the bazaar culture surrounding this place, especially of this mosque, transform when Eid celebration arrives?
Of course, these areas become so vibrant during the Eid, with very colorful lanterns, and of course the people stay late at night, family gathering, and the street food, especially served for these occasions. It makes the atmosphere, it's a different atmospheric for the tourist, where they can enjoy photographs, they can enjoy the deep cultures, they can enjoy also all the street food served by the locals around the site.
Speaking of history, the different dynasties like the Fatimids or the Mamluks historically used the architecture, as you said, and blending them of these grand masjids to display the luxury and hold massive royal protocols during the public celebrations. How can a tour guide still point out these old traces to the grandeur to the tourists today?
Actually, we point to the tourists that Old Cairo with its mosques, it's considered like an open-air museum of Islamic architecture. It displays all the Islamic pieces, but on their functioned places, not in a museum. It's a museum itself.
Yes. For a tourist who happens to visit or who intend to visit Egypt or Cairo during the Eid season, what unique culture, spectacles, lightning or local crafts can they witness around the famous masjids? As we said that we have a lot of the mosques all around Cairo that they wouldn't during the rest of the year.
The watch, definitely the most interesting will be the traditional clothes, because people goes in Galabia and other customs to pray, so they enjoy this. They enjoy also the food, the food served, because people sometimes they used to share some sort of different local food during that period of time, so they enjoy the whole entire experience as a deep cultural experience. And beside, of course, we refer to it as this is part of the spirituality of the place.
Well, also, Nahla, many travelers are eager to learn about Islamic art, as we know, returning back to the architecture and so on. If a visitor wants to see the finest example of the interact woodwork, marble inlay, and the stained glass, which specific Cairo masjid should be at the top of their list?
Ah, of course, Muhammad Ali Mosque, the Alabaster Mosque, definitely the Ibn Tulun, Sultan Hassan. We can. On the top of the list is Muhammad Ali because of the panoramic view of the citadel. So this usually comes on the top of the list, because of course also the interiors.
Talk about some mosques that have a very tiny wood work and the marble inlay and the stained glass.
Sultan Hassan.
Sultan Hassan would be on the top of the list. Okay. The architecture of photography, as we said before, is a huge draw for the culture tourism. What is hidden, lesser known architecture detail in one of Cairo's most masjid that they will always point out to your groups?
Actually, we point the stained glass. Most of the mosques have beautiful stained glass. Like in Muhammad Ali Mosque, one of the stained glass, it's in a Quran verse, which is very spectacular, of course. So we usually point the stained glass. We also point to the doors because most of the travelers can walk through the doors without noticing that these doors been here for centuries.
Yes. For the travelers who might feel unsure about the etiquette of visiting a functioning religious site, you as a tour guide, what are your top year-round tips for them to respectfully enjoy and immerse themselves in the space?
Of course, most important is to wear modest clothes, especially for women, and definitely to take the shoes off, not to speak loud conversations during the prayers. These attitudes we have to consider every time we visit the mosques.
Nahla El-Qady, thank you so much for being on the Nile cruise, and it's a pleasure having you.
Pleasure.